Hi guys, anyway, um, I've been watching this Yoruba film title. I think it's yeah, but it translates to mother. So basically, it's about um a mother whose husband abandoned her with three daughters, and she raised them alone. Blah blah blah. She suffers while she raised them. I mean, yeah, raising kids is not easy. And then the husband now comes back. Now the husband wants to get into the lives of the daughters, and the mother is pained by that, which I actually agree with. I mean, a man leaves you, abandons you with three kids, not saying anything. He just wakes up and decides to leave because he can and because he wants greener pastures. Now, from the way this woman is had, they didn't have a clear communication of how to go about it. And I loved the plot until then. But here's the thing: at the end of the first part, it ended with the daughters now have chosen to be with the father instead of the mother. And I do feel the mother's pain, but then again, really. So if we have, yeah, anyway, so I do feel the mother's pain. I do feel her frustration, and she's actually doing a good job. I mean, she played a very good part. How she's acting is so good, like she's that good. But I feel it's too much. I feel it's too much. She's been crying ever since the first. I thought it was going to end at the second part, and it ended with now they're in court. And remember, initially, because she doesn't want her daughters to be associated with the father, he sent some good to beat the dad up. And for me, that was kind of a very stupid, wrong move. Now they're in court, and I just found it unnecessary. Like, why go to court? We're talking about kids who are above the age of 18. We're talking about kids who work. We're talking about kids who can fend for themselves, who can defend themselves, who can speak for themselves. Now, I understand that as a woman, you can be frustrated when you're taking care of the kids. Your man abandons you with nothing, so you start from scratch. That is understandable. But why would you deny your kids, full grown kids, the opportunity to see their dad? You're talking about kids that can actually speak for themselves, are now old enough to do things for themselves. We're talking about grown women, you know, who think for themselves, who, yeah, like, why go to court? Okay, you've gone to court. Now the court has ruled that they have to be fair. And he also sent Gwen to beat the dad. Like, was that necessary? Why court of kids who are old enough? I know you must have been pained, but don't you trust how you raised your kids to the extent of you sending goods to beat their dad up? It was a good plot. It was a good plot, but I feel it has become too much that it's ruining it. I expected that by the end of season one, it ended with them her disowning her kids. I mean, she's a mother; she can't do that. But if the father was that bad, I mean, I'm not defending him, but he did a mistake of leaving them. But I feel like he's honestly sorry. Like, if he did something as bad as just abandoning them and then not trying to do anything to amend it, if we're talking about kids who are also underage, that could have been understandable. But we're talking about grown-ups, they want to know their dad. There are just some things you can't take away from a child. Like that, it will just come to pass. Now the court has ruled for the dad. And from the start of the movie up to now, the only mistake that man did was abandoning the family for over 20 years, which was so wrong. But he's honestly sorry, he's made money, and it's not like he's going to take them away. He just wants to spend time with those kids. I understand the pain the mom is going through, but I also feel it's more of a overreaction. Like, you've brought them up so well, they know what. And I also don't agree with how the daughters do talk to them at a point. But have you ever felt like something is just too much that is so unnecessary? From the beginning of the movie up to the end, this woman is just screaming. She hasn't had peace, you know, the mother. And I wish it could have been turned in. I don't know whether they started it will continue, but I don't know whether it will. Because I don't see Unless maybe the third part makes us really hate this man so that we understand the intensity of that hate. Because if you're talking about kids who need to be taken care of, those kids who are still young, I would understand the frustrations of the mother. But you're talking about grown women, then they're grown, they can do whatever they want for themselves. So unless we understand how hateful, I mean, the strong hate comes from, that plot is weak. So I'd wish maybe we shown the other side of the dad. If part one ended with dad disowning the kids, I wish we could have seen how the kids were going to suffer in the hands of the dad. And honestly, it was a very bad plot of, um not that bad, but they could have done something better. Like, why villainize this mother by making her have goons, send goons to beat the dad? I mean that. And then she denies not knowing. Like, you're trying to play a saint when you're actually not. So that for me just ruined her character for me completely. Like, if she was so good that we could understand her pain, then she could have handled it in a better way. But I don't blame her, it's the writers. But unless we see the intensity of the hate, I still feel like it's a weak plot. Well, I hope if there's a part three, we'll actually see why. I know mothers do suffer, and that's why I feel like she couldn't have been villainizing that mother by sending the goods to beat up the dad, because that makes us feel like she also has a very bad part to her that I wish we couldn't have seen. So that when we feel her pain, we actually feel it from here. Like, if she's that angry, we get where the anger comes from. But for me, I don't get it. But I wish we'd see better part through.